877-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinns.com. Welcome back here to the What's Cooking program, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. I'm Michael Horn. That's Paul Stern.
Hey, Mike, you always love an opportunity to talk about our national pastimes.
Not only that, I'm excited because Joe Buck is on our show today, and I got to say, I think he is my number one favorite. And you know me, I'm a baseball fanatic. I grew up in Los Angeles listening to the great Vin Scully. And of the national announcers out there, I think Joe Buck has captured the crown in the Mike Horn Award circuit. Oh, do we have I'm sorry, Joe Buck. I didn't know if I wanted Joe to hear that.
Hey, everybody, it's Joe Buck.
Joe Buck,
hey.
You win the Mike Horn Award for Best Broadcaster.
What do I receive with that? I'm honored.
You get a falafel here on the What's Cooking show. That's what we give you.
Falafel. Who can't use a good, well-cooked falafel?
No, I'm dead serious, Joe Buck. Welcome to the show. I've been excited about you being on because not only have I watched and listened to you on play-by-play, but I've seen you on interview shows, Conan O'Brien. I mean, you got this great sense of humor. You work well with other people in the booth over there, and you don't interrupt the game. You get the game going over there. You and an honorable mention to John Miller over there at doing his thing on ESPN. But you guys do a great job, and baseball, to me, is finally sort of back, and we're more interested in it, and we're forgetting about the salaries. And what's going down these days in baseball? Is it going to be a pennant stretch drive?
Yeah, I think the funny thing about baseball this year is we've talked so much about steroids and so much about home run records and so much about, how the sacred records of the game are falling and gosh, it's such a travesty. And now all of a sudden this has become the year of the pitcher. There have been 5 no-hitters, which is crazy.
Unbelievable.
The leading home run hitter, as we talked today, has got 30 playing for the Toronto Blue Jays, as opposed to 900 this season. And I think it's kind of refreshing. It's good to have a different line of conversation, and it's, what's happened to all the offense. I mean, and I think baseball's done a better job of curbing use of performance-enhancing drugs, and it's not a coincidence. It's all come together, and pitchers are back on top. So good for pitchers.
Not to put you on the spot, but, and I shouldn't even name names, but you get a guy like a Manny Ramirez that was hitting a lot of home runs, and then he seems to struggle a little bit, had that thing where he was out because they found something in the drug test or whatever. Does that throw a player's brain off when they try to come back, and maybe they think like, wow, now I got to doubly prove myself, and they get into a funk?
There's no doubt about that, and I think that is a part of it, along with taking the actual use out. A lot of people will tell you that, while it makes you stronger, it doesn't help you hit the ball any further. It doesn't help you, but it makes you feel, I would imagine, more invincible at the plate. You start getting knocked, or you get found out, or it's revealed, and now you're making $25 million a year, and you've got a team and a fan base that's counting on you. Unless you're not human, I don't know how you don't feel that pressure. So that goes into it as well. And, these guys are human beings, and they're trying. But I think, this is a unique year. And I'm for one, I'm glad for it.
Now, I've been in the press boxes a bunch, never met you and never met Tim McCarver. But and you work well with Tim and with Earl Hershiser and Karros, or whoever they put you with. Every once in a while, everyone just slap Tim McCarver if he comes up with some comment that you don't necessarily like. Not that I've ever heard you not like a comment, but I mean, Tim is he doesn't hold back. He'll tell you what he thinks.
I do. I slap him a lot.
That's good. That's good.
Back. I mean, he slapped me more than I've slapped him. It's a look. It's not an actual slap.
Is it a look? It's a look.
It's a look out of the corner of his eye that I know I'm treading into water that I shouldn't be treading into. So then I start to wade back to the shore to make sure that I don't lose him for the rest of the broadcast. I've been with him since '96. We're in 2 different generations.
It's like a marriage.
Yeah, it is. And like a marriage, you have your ups and downs. But I would say we've had more ups. I mean, I love the guy, and I wouldn't want to sit in the booth with anybody but him for a big game because he's not scared. And he'll make a prediction, or he'll say something about a player. He's not trying to be everybody's friend. He has an opinion. People don't like people with opinions sometimes, but I'd rather work with a guy who's saying something than just lobbing up mush.
You guys work very, very well together. When Oral's in there, it's very well, too. And you come from this famous family. Those that don't know, your dad, of course, Jack Buck. And I had told you I'm a Vin Scully fanatic, and I love this man, Vin Scully. But my all-time favorite is your dad's call of, "I don't believe what I just saw." I mean, you've followed in your dad's footsteps. I mean, he's got to be smiling down from above. And you did the St. Louis Cardinals games as well, didn't you, as he
I
did?
did, and I got to work with him. So a lot of the time we spent apart when I was a kid and he was traveling all over the place. We worked together for about 8 years.
Wow.
And those were literally
those have been great years.
The 8 best years
I'll bet.
of my career and maybe my life, just to get to travel, get on the bus with him. You know, he tells a story. He and I were best friends, and I'd walk into a press box, and I always wanted to give him a hug and a kiss, and he was sitting in front of a bunch of people, and I walked up, and I gave him a hug and kissed him on the forehead, and he said, "Take it easy, Buck. Not everybody knows we're father-son."
Can you hang on with us, or do you have to go?
How long's your break?
About 4 minutes.
It'll be the best 4 minutes of my life.
We'll be right back. More with Joe Buck.
When was the last time someone offered